Morning everyone. So it's currently 5:42 in the morning and I am in Bondi. This morning I'm going to be shooting blue hour hopefully at the Bondi Icebergs pool, which should be great. Conditions are quite good for it. We've got some broken medium clouds, so a bit of cloud cover, which is good because that means the blue from the blue hour reflects off the overcast sky, which will give me a very vivid dark blue. And that's exactly what I was looking for. I hope you guys like this new light, by the way. I got it just yesterday. It's kind of blinding me at this time because my eyes aren't adjusted yet, but I really like it. I just wish I could change the tint a bit to make it a little bit warmer, but it still works. So yeah, right now I'm on Bondi Road and I'm going to walk down to Bondi Icebergs and find a composition, because most of the time blue hour doesn't last for an hour, it lasts for 15 minutes. It's been a long time since I shot blue hour. I love being up this early for some reason, I don't know why, but there's something about it, especially down at the ocean at this time. It just, you feel free. Honestly, there's no better way to start the morning than being at the beach before sunrise with that crisp ocean air. It's lovely. So I've arrived on location, or at the location I was hoping to shoot, and the pools have no water in them. One of them has a bit of water in them, the other has no water in them, but I wanted to use these as my composition and have the waves washing over with a nice long exposure, and then hopefully just blue all over the photo. But lights are on, pools are empty, so I'm gonna have to try and find a different composition. That's really upsetting because I was up for this photo. But often I find that a lot of the time when a composition doesn't work out, you end up finding another composition and a better one. So I'm gonna have a look around. I might even go onto the coastal walk and see what I can do there. Okay, so I've actually decided to move on to the coastal walk that goes towards Tamarama, and hopefully I can find a composition here. Now, yeah, what happened back there, real shame, but hopefully I can find another composition on this boardwalk. Can't see because this light is in my face. So at this point I've sort of decided to walk all the way to Bronte, which isn't that far. It's about a kilometre's walk from Bondi, and I'm just about to pass Tamarama now. There is a composition I have in mind for a sunrise photo at Bronte, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work for blue hour. Now I'm gonna turn this light off because I cannot see and I'm on a cliff edge. Right, so I found quite a nice composition. I'm actually at Tamarama. I'm sorry about the wind noise and the background noise. It's really quite terrible here. So I've got my camera just set up here. I'm not gonna go to Bronte today, but I may well do that another day. So I'm actually gonna chuck on my polarizer because at this time it's still quite dark, so I can still do some long exposures with my polarizer on. Yeah, so we've got some really nice orange glow out at the horizon, and there's a lot of horizon clouds, and I'm not sure what's happening with blue hour, but I don't think it's going to be very vivid tonight. But yeah, I'm going to try and get a nice exposure, and yeah, sorry about the terrible commentary. It's still 6 AM, so I'm feeling it quite a bit. So I've got the waterline that leads the eye towards the rocks, and then the rocks lead the eye out to that beautiful subtle glow on the horizon. So yeah, as for blue hour, there wasn't much of a one today. Sometimes you get this really beautiful blue that just makes everything look so relaxing and tranquil. But today, we didn't really get that. Mornings like those aren't very common, so... See, the conditions right now are changing so rapidly because the sun's coming out quite quickly. Sunrise isn't until about 10 to 7, and it's currently 6:30. Okay, so now there's a few surfers in the water down there, and there's this really nice orange reflection from the light that's coming from the horizon. I'm trying to capture that with the surfers. The surfers are little dots because this lens isn't long enough for surf photography. It is a tough scene to work with because it's still not really light enough to give me a fast shutter. So what I've done is I've raised my ISO a little bit. I don't like raising my ISO on this camera because the noise is actually shocking. But yeah, I've gone to autofocus because I don't really trust my eyes with this kind of scene. f2.8, ISO 400, 1/60th of a second. And it is still quite a little dark, but histogram's fine, so I should be able to bring the exposure up quite a bit in post. I have still got my polarizer on just to get rid of some of that glare. Polarizer is cutting out a bit of the color that's in the water. Actually, I'm going to try doing a bit of a longer exposure just to see the effect. Sort of what photography is, really. It's all experimentation. We're getting nicer and nicer colour as it goes on. Good shot. 2-second timer. There were some really nice reflections in the water from this colour that we're getting at the moment. And I want to try and capture that. Quite a nice tide pool just down there. And actually, if I turn the polarizer too much, it takes the colour out of the water, which isn't what I want, because I'm trying to capture that colour that's reflecting on the water. I'm shooting these little waves coming up onto the beach. So I think I'm going to finish up the video here. Sorry about the little bit of a messy video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. I do videos on location of me taking photos, things like that. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I got up this morning. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.